Do you see this face? This is the face of, well, how do I put it best? In the words of Burt Reynolds, I'm not having to watch Star Trek anymore. Better than that, I'm able to say the words, it's the Dark Shadows Experiment 2014, and we're back. It's been a couple of days of Dark Shadows, and I'm in bliss. I'm so unbelievably happy to be home at Collinwood. You have no idea. Is it because I'm not bouncing around from bridge and bridge up and down the dial? Maybe you and me were never meant to be, but Star Trek, think of me once in a while. I'll be in Collinsport. I don't know. Maybe I'm dealing with one big story rather than a bunch of little stories. Mission Control said, you know, sometimes you like a novel rather than an anthology. The elephant in the room is, maybe it's better. Shh, judgment call. And because I'm picking up at the Dark Shadows Index, which I was doing last Christmas, I am paying attention to slightly different things. I'm able to relax in a way much more than I did during Collins Chronicles, and I'm looking at it differently than I did in Collins Chronicles. In Collins Chronicles, I was always looking at everything pretty much from Barnabas's point of view. How can you always look at something pretty much? I don't know. I was always looking at things from Barnabas's point of view, except when I wasn't. And here, I've gone back to being objective, because all of this is going towards that book that my repeated mention of it will obligate me to write next summer, Why Dark Shadows Matters. Anyway, watching it now, holy cow, it can be really gritty. As a Dark Shadows fan, you know, or as a Dark Shadows non-fan, you probably really know, that we deal with haters a lot. And to say that I have a chip on my shoulder is an insult to chips when it comes to haters. I've dealt with a lot of Dark Shadows haters in my time, and I've especially dealt with them when there were no big DVD sets, when the coolest DVD set possible, a giant coffin, didn't exist. So, that, you know, when there wasn't a failed Johnny Depp movie, where at least we could say, hey, Warner Brothers thought enough of this to make a bad Johnny Depp, Tim Burton movie out of it. You know, we didn't have that. So, I had to stick up for Dark Shadows a lot, and this was in the heyday of Buffy, and I don't want to get into the Joss Whedon stuff, except that it seemed to embolden many people, not all, there are a lot of crossover fans, to diss Dark Shadows even more. It was really unpleasant. Anyway, there were two episodes that I saw today, 245 and 250. 245, it deals with trying to get the blood sample from Willie. And Dave Woodard, the doctor, makes these amazing speeches about the power of science that would just knock Carl Sagan right off the map. They're terrific. And then he confronts Barnabas and insinuates that, hey, if this test turns out to be correct, we're going to find Willie to be, you know, guilty, and we're going to start looking at the people Willie knows. And they start talking about the Beast. And the Beast is a phrase that I used in Collins Chronicles, so obviously they came forward in time, read it, went back and used it. And Barnabas talks about how much he loathes the Beast. In the Collins Chronicles, Barnabas is bragging about something else, so that doesn't really come up. But here, oh, it fit in marvelously. Who knew? Who knew? So anyway, in episode 250, it's the one where Maggie finally gets her memory back. And Barnabas puts her in a coffin and has a special coffin made for her, and She gets her memory back. She's determined to kill him. The power in Catherine Lee Scott's performance, not to be believed. And she's just a kid. Fantastic work. What a great show. What passion, what intelligence, and what risks. The things Dave Woodard says about science, you put up against any Star Trek episode you want. And they're both fine shows, but, whatever. It's so good to be back. Collinsport is where I belong. Bye.